I am NetMoverSitan, and you're wondering where we are. It's along the walkway. That's about all that is known, at least right now. We're right on top of things. Well, in between things, anyway. Yes, this is the Hourglass Tower. Well, it will be, once I have it done. This is about as much as I can do with 3 full stacks of glass. And I need some glass in order to create the sort of scaffolding that will allow me to build down. Yes, I've been working on this off camera. I'll do this before progressing onwards. Yes, must remember to complete the connection between the portal that leads to a specific point in the Nether. So that way it'll be more convenient to get to that part. Oh yes, and I've only just completed the second run involving a different ship-lander combo of the long journey home using a different, well, seed for the regions of space I travel through. So I'll be starting something new. Yes, I think recently I've been drawn towards indie games, considering the amount of pre-order DLC microtransactions are in a lot of the more mainstream or AAA games recently. It kind of sours the experience, doesn't it? Well, for some of us anyway. Let's see. Hope this will be enough for at least the main part. Oh, and as you can see, I died once. Well, you can tell I died at least once doing this, as experience is down to 10, when last time I think it was in the 30s. And I don't know where exactly, but I lost a good shovel that can pick up gravel blocks. Irritating, I know. Thankfully I had a spare that doesn't pick up gravel blocks, but it's the best enchanted shovel that I had available to me. I have a number of titles planned. And not just Serious Sam. Yeah, I haven't forgotten about that. I just prefer to mix it up a little, to have something a bit more cerebral, rather than something completely mindless. And to think, some thought that survival horror was dead. And then games like Outlast, Alien Isolation, not to mention a few others, appeared. Which means that when dealing with some individuals, you should take their word with extreme caution. Because that might not necessarily be what they truly believe, but rather what they want you to believe. Remember, psychopaths are drawn to places with a great amount of material reward when in positions of complete power over quite a few others. I mean, they're not the stereotypical Hollywood villain. Much as not all villains have English accents. Which is a practice I consider quite insulting. Because it gives a false impression that at least the English are all completely evil. And the worst part of it is, a lot of people believe that tired old stereotype. I think we know where those people have a place. Yeah, they have a place reserved in that place. I'll give you a hint. It's where the Doom games are set. Partially. No, not that place. Not the place that makes you think of David Bowie. The other place in that game. Yeah, that one. And some people actually believe that you need to die in order to go there. How delusional. Some of us are already there. And the worst part of it is, we don't even have to die. in order to get there. Well, if it isn't, it's not much worse. As for my hopes and dreams, I gave up on quite a lot of them long ago. And as for faith in higher powers, are you trying to insult my intelligence? I've seen more believable stuff in the pages of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And some parts of that don't make a lot of sense. Yeah, that's the wrong one. That is not. Yeah. Chromagun looks like an interesting indie first-person puzzle game, where you're working with colours, rather than those things. Mostly because those things are taken. Let's just say that involves well, by the end, she suffers from Lemur syndrome. And Lemur syndrome is basically an inversion of Stockholm syndrome. Where the captor feels sympathy for the captive, rather than the other way round. Let's see. Yeah, this is an easier way of getting water down there. That's the aim, to make it look like a lot of sand is... Well, it can work with water as well. A lot of water is flowing downwards. I must remember to get some glowstone blocks here for lighting. I'm also careful to make sure that I put the glowstone blocks in the right place. I mean, it'd be a waste to put them in the wrong place, would it? I have a question for you. Is peace an incomprehensible subject to some individuals? Does the force of sending thousands of individuals to their deaths, the sort of thing that brings some individuals into a state of lust? Well, that's certainly how it looks like to me. And hang on! Why is this not... Not what I was going for, but I'll take it. Right, let's make a start in the long part of the hourglass tower. Yeah. That's as good a term for it as any. Oh yes, and pick up any cobblestone blocks that I missed. Well, I still need them. And not for the walkway. That's for after I get the glass I need for the rest of this tower. Although I think it's missing something. Well, if I am, well, I'll think of something to make it look less, well, incomplete. Although, I won't let these glass blocks go to waste. Yeah. Not perfect, but it works. Yeah, might as well do a little on this. Yeah. Here they go, and I know where I want to be going next. Back the other way. This is the farthest I've gone. Let's see how far I've come so far. Although it'll only be until the main base of operations now. The Pillar Tower. What was the column? I think it's a pillar, yeah. It's where my ink is collected from. we'll use the squid as target practice. They also give a little experience as well. Might be best to check on the underwater base from above while I'm at it. See if that tree has grown. I'm surprised there hasn't. I might be doing something wrong. Oh yes, and I've been making more homes in the underground village. And gathering more flowers for the garden tower. I really must be getting back to that as well. So many projects in the world of towers. Not all of my attention diverted to it. Yeah. Obviously not from this angle, and... Might need to go down there to check up on that. If it's not growing by now, I'll dig a little deeper. Let's see. Where is it? I know where it is. It's somewhere along this part of the walkway. And it's all about going in a straight line. Like many of the early 8-bit games, including one of the more famous ones involving an Italian-American stereotype. Yes, that one. Ah, there you are. Let's see. I think this is the one that's closest in alignment. Although I'd best light the bit that I'm extending it to. Because I don't want monsters to spawn where I don't want them to. And... yeah. Not a good time to be out in the open. Especially with all these trees. Then again, if I do fall spectacularly, it will amuse some of you. Those among you who are easily amused. Perhaps not by gastric emissions, but easily amused just the same. Well, I'll try to avoid that if I can help it. Yes, that is where I want to be going. Then I'll have a much quicker way of getting back. Going to where I want with the Navigate portal network. That's not the problem. What is the problem is getting back, which apparently navigates along the routes that I've been going along so far, is there to remedy. And was it the case that he preferred me doing it in the style of putting text to say what I'm thinking about it while shutting up? Is that what you prefer me to do more? Yeah. I found it was easier to connect to that part from here, because I can more easily gauge the distance, and reduces the risk of me falling to my death. Sorry to disappoint some of you. Dying is not scheduled. I mean, does this look like a Dark Souls game to you? And yes, I know it says you died when I die, but this is not from software. I mean, it's not even Neo, which has been released on Steam, which has some similarities to Dark Souls, but some differences. Where it involves a loose and partially fictitious tale of William Adams, which in some ways could be considered the first weeaboo. Yeah. Probably gonna give that one a miss. Partially because I'm not sure whether I'll be able to run it, more than anything. Yeah, at some point I really must be getting a better machine. I mean, if they're still working on the Talos principle too. I'll certainly want to be getting it for that. I certainly like the first one. Yeah, there's a reason why I called the first part of it Keys of Pajitnov, as in Alexei Pajitnov, the creator of Tetris, which has particular relevance to the Talos principle from the start. Yeah. It's the intellectual antithesis of the Serious Sam games, where instead of blasting your way through hordes of enemies, you have to blast your way through puzzles by thinking about how to solve them and doing specific things at the right time, at least in some cases. Some of them took a while to, well, get everything in. Partly because it required devices or techniques that I wasn't aware of. Or didn't possess. Yeah, I mean, there is an axe, and it's not supposed to be a reference to the Alfred Hitchcock movie, Psycho. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Stephen King's The Shining. Yeah, that's the one. Sorry. Where did I get those two confused? Well, that must have been incredibly boring for you. I'm not dead. Until next time, hail the rabbit!